Look at that. Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, we all know these 304s are out there trying to be strong and independent.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
And this feminist mindset even extends to sports. It's so funny because guys, we all know the only guys who give a damn about women's sports are... But guys, they always talk about equal pay, when we all know that women's sports don't make any money, right? Well guys, there was a soccer team in the UK called Lewes FC. And they went woke and they went broke. Here we go, guys. Woke Football Club begs fans for £120,000 to escape going bust after becoming the only team to pay their women's team the same as the men. Look at that. Who would have thought, right? So guys, we'll get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Guys, I have a second channel called 50 and 304s. That's linked in the description, so check that out. Join my Discord, check out the playlist at the end, and guys, hit the join button or the link in the description because I am offering memberships now. And thanks to all you guys that are already members. I really appreciate that. And guys, look at this. So, Lewes FC has been forced into begging fans for £120,000 to avoid going bust. They're also known for being the only side to pay their women the same as the men. So here we go, guys. Lewes FC have begged fans to help raise £120,000 amid a desperate attempt to avoid going bust. So the East Sussex side, which had been labeled woke, providing equal pay for both genders, issued an urgent plea for financial support to keep the club running as they maintain their struggle to stay afloat. Lewes has described itself as the world's first and only equal football club, and they're known for being the only side to pay their women and men the same, having done so since 2017. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Why would they do something so stupid? Why?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Clown world. Now, guys, there's two things, right? Number one, it could be that their men's team is so trash that the women are actually making more money. That's really sad. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? Can you imagine, right? Or it could just be that they're all trash. You know? Who knows? So, in a remarkable appeal, the community-owned club had admitted that they'd only just survived the last season but need extra cash to maintain their pitch at the stadium, the dripping ground. They need to pay utilities and develop the club's hospitality. They revealed that cash was tight and that they were dealing with financial struggles after the women's team they were relegated from the women's championship to second tier last year. So guys, even the women's team that they're trying to support sucks so bad they got relegated. They got demoted. So they added that despite having a better than break-even season last campaign, the next few weeks could be crucial and will shape the future of the club for the next season and beyond. So this is them, guys. Look at that. So this is them. Look at these broads right here, guys. Look at these broads right here.
Lesbian.
What a joke. Okay, so fans can support the team by becoming an owner, buying a season ticket, sponsoring its teams, or making a donation. They announced their equality drive 8 years ago and it paid immediate dividends, with the women's side being selected for the women's championship. Their Equality FC campaign vowed to put an end to the excuses for why such a deep pay disparity has persisted in the sport. Now guys, let's just pump the brakes right here. What excuses? They call the truth excuses? Nobody cares about women's soccer! Nobody! What are you talking about? The only country on earth that gives a damn is the United States, and that's because until recently, our women won. But they were basically winning gold medals at the Special Olympics. And now our women's team is trash. But we all know the U.S. women's team, the Australian women's team, they lost to 14-year-old boys. What are you talking about? So the women's team will compete in the third tier next season in the same league as Bournemouth and Watford, while the men will be in the Isthmus Football League's Premier Division, level 7 on the pyramid. So Lewes was given a £750,000 grant for a new pitch for the Premier League Stadium Fund, but the cost of the professional women's football has challenged the club. So financial difficulties largely come as a result of a reliance on director loans. Now guys, here we go. Look at this. In a blistering resignation letter, former board member Barry Collin wrote, "I joined a football club and I feel like I'm leaving a political party." Look at that! I can guarantee that's why he left. Because he joined a football club to actually worry about soccer and not a political agenda. Clown world. So even after a £750,000 grant, they're still broke. Look at that. So strictly on this publicity stunt, they were chosen to be the women's championship second tier, and now they're in the third tier because they suck. Look at that. So the club has become overwhelmed by the single issue of the equality campaign. Collins, chair of the supporters club, told the Telegraph Sport he was not ideologically opposed to equality, but ideologically opposed to spending that much money that the club doesn't have. There you go. Lewes said that their current appeal would be the last time that we'll need to ask for financial support and donations like this, that they've managed to transform our operating budget and our entire management process. They added that women's football is in severe need of change due to clubs defaulting their league status, while non-league football is ultra competitive and every penny counts. So look at that, guys. Guys, what a joke. Right? All this strong, independent BS. And these chicks suck. Look at this. Here's some comments here. Someone says, "Who makes these stupid decisions? Players should be paid their worth no matter if they're male or female. But the women aren't worth as much." Person says, "That's what happens when you have woke leftists who don't understand basic business running the club." Facts. Look at that. Someone says, "You reap what you sow." Someone says, "Ha ha. See how that worked out. Now they come begging for more. When's this nonsense gonna stop? The women's football players should not be paid the same as the men. They hardly generate any revenue. They just take." Someone says all women's teams should be sold off to female owners and have to be self-sustaining. No men helping out. We'll see how long it lasts. Look at that. This person here says that women's teams are generally unsustainable and ride on the coattails of the men. If they are a viable business, simply set up your own club. Facts! So we're now having a situation where the women's team is threatening the existence of the men's team, which is patently unfair. We should not be bankrolling this through the lottery, a Premier League, etc. Look at that. What a joke. Guys, this guy says, why don't the women and the men play a 90-minute game, see what the score is, and then see why there isn't equal pay? Guy says, I hope they go bust. These idiots must have known that paying these women the same as the men was never going to work. So the moron that made this decision should be fired on the spot. What a joke. Guys, what do you think, right? We could have called this. You know? What an absolute joke. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. Guys, I am out of here. Have a good one.